on June 10th. Oh, this will be right after the Jets have just won the Stanley Cup.
That's it. That's it. This will come out right when that happens.
Oh man, I want to review this audio and your prediction. I love it. I love your boldness.
That's right.
What day is it right now? Just so we can.
The 10th of April.
April 10th.
April 10th. All right.
Yeah.
So that was the
June
prediction.
10th. Yeah. There you go.
Right. And if it doesn't come true, I just won't show anybody.
Right. That's right.
Primarily critical.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Primarily Critical. If movies had an after party, this would be it.
Yeah, if you have not seen this film, we suggest that you do so before listening or viewing.
Because we got spoilers, trivia, and opinions like crazy, and we can't wait to share them.
Good, bad, new, old, weird, or gross.
We pass judgment on them all.
Today! Some people would rather kill themselves than create small talk.
Wow.
This movie is Paddleton.
It is.
John picked it. I hope this wasn't a little too obscure, my catch line. Do you remember them bitching about small talk?
A little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Like at the workplace.
That's right.
He couldn't stand that.
He
Right?
couldn't stand that.
Yeah.
Well, to start off, these guys, these friends, are very socially awkward individuals.
They are.
Losers, for lack of a better term.
Not losers.
Well, okay, fair enough. That's
But
not,
they
I
live,
would call it harsh.
they live in
Yeah.
the same building complex, and
Yep.
one lives on top of the other. There's was there a joke where he says he lives on
Yeah.
top of me?
I live on top of him.
I live on top of
Yeah, I
him.
thought it was funny.
That was good.
And it's platonic. They're just friends.
Yeah.
But throughout the movie, there's like, are they lovers? And there's one.
Everyone assumes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
No,
whatever.
they're not lovers. They're just friends.
They're just friends. Good
Yeah.
old-fashioned friends.
That's right.
But yeah, they keep to themselves.
Yeah.
In fact, we don't really even know what the guy with cancer, Michael,
Yeah.
what was his job to this point?
They don't.
don't really-
Oh no, he was
Some kind of clerk.
at a ad print copy type place,
Was
like
it? Okay.
I don't know. We have a chain here that's called the UPS store, for example.
Yeah.
That kind of place, or Vista Print, or something like that.
Something like that.
Oh. Well, they get right down to it. The movie starts, bang, we're talking about diagnosis of a terminal cancer, basically.
Yeah.
It really gets right to it. It
That's
doesn't
the opening scene.
beat
It's
around the bush, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know right away he's not going to do well. But then this is such a slow burn. It is such a slow burn. And we learn about Paddleton, which is a game they made up.
Yeah.
And then at the and then at the end, spoiler alert, he dies. It gets super heavy. Slow burn, slow burn, slow burn. Heavy.
Yeah.
Super heavy.
I fully expected it. But...
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
There's
the
no
pre
way this was turning around other than he was going to die.
Right. So we knew that that impacting scene was waiting for us
Yeah.
somewhere along,
Yeah.
along
I
the,
totally
the
anticipated
road.
it.
Yeah.
In fact...
The slow burn, though, I mean, it was interesting because I kind of liked it. I wouldn't like I get why your tone you thought it was boring.
Oh.
Well,
Right?
I like it was awkward. It was
Yeah.
sort
Well,
of
it was
funny
definitely
all the way
awkward.
through, and I could
Yeah.
not see anybody other than Ray Romano doing that well.
Yeah. Yeah.
he was amazing.
Well, it's funny because one of the questions I wrote is that did you expect this film to be less serious and more comical given the trailer and the cast? Now, I don't know if you watched I think I did show you guys the trailer.
Yeah.
But did you think it would be a more comical movie going into it than it turned out to be?
Yeah.
Yeah,
expected-
I did too.
More
And-
yeah. It
and-
came off being kind of like awkward.
Yeah.
I felt not so much boring, but frustrating.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that was on purpose.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be like, it's not a zippy, polished
No.
Hollywood movie. It felt very indie level,
Yeah.
simple, and it was really like it wasn't extravagant.
Yeah.
The casting or the
Well, this is to me. This is like Mark Duplass here. This is to me has become his special. This
the
is
awkward.
Well, no, not that. Is that he has become a genius at making a low budget movie, like taking just two people, and making great characters. Like I love both these guys. I thought they were very interesting people to watch. He has a couple of great characters. and he has a great story that goes with it. I like the story, you know, and to me, this is just, I think, like I said, I've said about this about Creep, everything this guy does. I think if you're in film school, you got to study this guy because he's making amazing movies with on a shoestring budget. You know, he doesn't need a huge set, doesn't need anything but a good story and a couple good characters.
True, yeah. But on that same thought, I can't shake his character from Creep.
Creep, yeah.
And I just couldn't separate. Yeah. I had a hard time with. At some moment, I felt like he was gonna, put him in the back of his trunk, his buddy there, Andy, and say, "I don't have cancer. I just brought you here so I could drug you and kill you and bury you or whatever." But no, that didn't happen.
Now, John, your last pick was Brawl in Cell Block 9. And your pick before that was Return to Paradise.
Wow.
And I feel like you want us to endure these epic deaths.
Steve, I hate to I picked Cell.
Yeah, that's right.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's okay.
Oh.
I hear you when you say Return to Paradise.
Return to Paradise, yeah.
He's got a theme of picking.
Well, that's 2 movies. So now we've narrowed down that. It just happened that there is similarities between Return to Paradise and this. That is a movie that builds up to a scene. And we know it's coming throughout the whole movie. You know, it's kind of, we're kind of waiting for that moment.
On that note, did you think there was a different outcome? Do you think that he would pull back, say, "I'm not doing this. I'm not taking that pill mixture concoction or what have you"?
Well, see, the thing is, he decided not to take the anxiety meds.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a moment when he was lying on the bed, dying, doing an amazing job acting, where you think, maybe he doesn't want to do this.
Yeah.
And
yeah. You thought maybe there'd be a flinching moment. Well, okay, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but we're just gonna ride it out. That's what we decided to do as a movie. and then he goes, and then there's no coming back from that. There's no changing your mind.
No.
Oh, it's like
It was a painful scene. I mean,
painful.
I had tears on my face.
Yeah.
It's emotional, but I kind of expected it. I didn't know how they'd handle it.
Yeah.
But it felt very real.
Yeah, it did.
And oh man, how do you know how to? You don't know till you know how that would feel like, right?
Yeah.
What life experience do you have to act out a moment like that, or
yeah,
you really don't. But you know what? To me, it was an important movie because it's a real thing, and I think more and more, as a civilized society, we have to have control of our death.
Yeah.
Right? It's so great to be born, and everybody celebrates that.
Yeah,
but why not celebrate the end of your life in some way, or control it, right?
Yeah,
have
say
control.
like I'd rather go out and this than go out when I'm, weigh 90 pounds and look like I'm a shriveled up.
Yeah, and why not have control and say when you're really the shit hits the fan, shit has hit the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why shouldn't you have, and why shouldn't we see more movies or more things dealing with that?
Touching on that subject at all.
Yeah,
that's kind of, it's taboo.
It's is taboo. With religion and with different various things in our society, it's frowned upon to deal with life. You're supposed to not do that, right? You're not supposed to go out like that.
Yeah, that's what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, for years now, I mean, for decades and decades, it's been the thing is that you always fight. You fight, and family members, don't give up hope. This has been the mantra that people have had about dealing with loved ones that are dying, But is that actually helping the loved one that's dying?
Yeah.
Is that actually, and it's good to have movies like this come up and bring this up for discussion because I'm not sure it is good,
I watched.
How do you feel about that, Steve?
I watched a show recently that touched on this a little bit. This lady had cancer, and she's like, she was talking to her friend, and she says, "You can't say, if you feel good, if you tell people you feel good, then you can't talk about it, right? And if you tell people you feel bad, then you end up comforting them."
Yeah, yeah, true enough.
So
it's a lose-lose.
It's lose-lose.
Yeah, there's no great way to. It's an awkward thing. It's the elephant in the room.
Yeah. It's huge. Yeah. And I think only recently we've started to really address it. Laws are being passed, or I think in the States. I looked this up after the movie and said, "Is that real?" can you go get a doctor to give you a prescription to get your medication or what have you I'm not going to say suicide, to end your life.
Compassionate leave or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm not talking about suicide. That's horrible. This is about controlling the way you want to go out.
Yeah, death is inevitable for you in the near future.
Yeah.
So
Why not go with dignity or go the way you feel would be best for you? You know? And that's what this movie's trying to talk about. But I do when I'm on this topic about this, it was kind of sad the way it came down to just him and his friend in this sad
no family.
Yeah. And we really don't know much about. He did mention that he had a wife once, right?
And he said he had a sister.
Very simple life he lived. They got a lot of fun out just eating pizza and watching kung fu movies.
Kung fu movies and
Right?
making up this game.
And it kind of felt sad.
Yeah.
That was emotional to me. It's not this, but it wasn't in a hospital, like you said, hooked up to a lot of machines and slowly withering away. Mm-hmm. And that was the whole heart of the point of the movie.
Yeah, and I got the impression that he may have, like, he made reference to his sister, and that he had said something to her but hadn't told her everything.
Yeah.
And I got the sense that he did not want the whole family knowing his state.
Oh, yeah.
He just wanted to continue his life with the way it was, as close as he could to the way it was with his buddy that they obviously saw each other every day and stuff.
Yeah.
They watched their he just wanted to do that up until he had to die, to sort of carry on his life, right?
Yeah.
And I can understand that, and I can actually respect that, because once you raise the alarm, I've got cancer, I'm dying, and you've got all these opinions now, like, especially if that's what you're going to do, is your idea is you're going to take these pills to kill yourself. Well, if you get the family involved, they might even actually go to court
intervention
and say
of some sort.
Yeah,
Like,
intervene and
stop
say,
the process.
yeah, we got to stop this. We can't let them do that, And then you got the sister coming over and trying to reason with you, say, hey, don't do that. And,
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
That's
but it still felt sad that at the end of his run,
at the end of the day,
he had
cancer's
to
sad.
say, how do you want? We didn't even think about how you want to die, where you want to die. I definitely on the couch, and then he said on the floor.
Yeah,
it was hard.
I felt that heart wrenching. It was. Yeah.
And it's not. But
okay, so Mike tries to hook Andy up with this lady, this rather free-spirited lady,
right?
And
she was willing to go.
She was raring.
Oh,
she was raring to go. Yeah.
Raring to go.
Hot tub scene.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't so much that Mike did; it's just that she really. And Mike just
she jumped in,
yeah.
But Andy, Ray Romano's character, he was maybe the most socially
awkward guy ever.
Person.
Yeah.
This side of the 40-year-old virgin or something.
Yeah.
You get the sense this guy has never touched a woman, whatever his sexual persuasion is.
Yeah.
Asexual.
Yeah. Well, also his mind was somewhere else. He had different focuses at that moment.
But his buddy's like, hey,
he's got issues.
This is good to go in the hot tub here. But he's naked too, wasn't he?
It's something.
Yeah. They were both naked.
Yeah. That scene is something I can only picture Ray Romano actually acting. You try to replace him with any other actor, and that awkwardness in that scene, I can't imagine it. It was just he does that so well. Like it's freakishly well.
But it's real. I guess it's a real thing, and it probably happens that it's just. But yeah, in a movie form, Andy was pretty socially awkward.
Yeah.
If ever there was a socially awkward guy.
Yeah.
They have this wish. They have this game where they're like, okay, how many wishes would it take for you to get to Sandoff, right? So, okay, so there's this fictional wish where you can wish away all the sand on your body, and how many wishes would you use up of a genie's wishes until you got there?
Right. And what did he say? It was so
like
low.
10.
You go, you're like 10, and then but when he actually goes through, you're kind of like, yeah, I guess you're right. Like, one, you got all the money in the world,
right?
What do you say? Like, two, you've got, how many? At some point, you've got wishes to burn. I mean,
well, yeah. if you given wishes, ask for more wishes.
Well, okay, putting that aside. That's the loophole thing. That
It works in that theory because I mean
Yeah.
you have all these wishes now until the end of eternity.
I want
How
wishes
many would
infinity.
how many would it take to?
Yeah. True. I don't know. But was it 9? He said.
Yeah, I think it was something. It was single digits,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't
Still, you know, yeah.
So
is it mean? Is it mean for Mike to ask Andy to do that for him?
to be there from to
Yeah.
No, you know, if I was put in the same situation with my best friend, or you know, asked me that was put in that same scenario, I would probably do the same thing. I would support that person.
I mean, hey, there's this. It's not. No one wants to get that. You know, be that person. Have to be that person.
Right.
But at the same time, there's an honor to it too.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
yeah.
so it's like, it sucks, but I wouldn't say mean is the right word. It's not great.
No, it's not great, but
Yeah.
it is a fact of life. It's part of life.
Yeah.
You're born, you live, and you die, and so why not be there for them when they need you? Probably in the most dire moment of their life. It's kind of sweet, and it's an honor
Yeah.
of a sad way.
Yeah.
Same way that someone asks you, I want you to be the best man at my wedding, right? It's like there's
Yeah.
special moments and then there's the hard moments, and that's
Yeah. There was a big scene where he says, "I'm the other guy," or
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, at the hotel or motel.
Yeah, and you realize that at the end of the day, he got the biggest. All the focus is on the guy he's dying. At the end of the day, he gets the worst rap of it all. I mean, when it actually went down, and you actually watch it go down, you realize that Andy, after he's died, that he's left with this all alone now. You know, and that was the killer part. Like, to me, that was.
And he's still
it was
living there.
Yeah, still living there, and he's got to be the one that carries on and moves on. You know,
And the socially awkward guy already has tough times.
no one to talk
living
to
in
with about
society,
it.
and
You know,
he loses his one link. But the silver lining is that the new people moving in
yeah,
is it looks like a single mother
yeah,
with a young boy,
Yeah.
and you get the feeling that he's going to be there for them.
you do.
Maybe
Or
she'll
and
make
maybe
some friends
something, maybe something romantic, maybe not, but still.
Did you get the impression though he came a little creepish with
A little bit.
creepish?
He,
Yeah.
Well, the circumstances.
Would you expect anything else from a guy like Andy?
Okay.
He handled it better than I thought he would, actually.
Okay. So this is a great opportunity for us to look at perspective.
Okay.
We know what Andy went through, and he's definitely a little desperate for connection.
Yes.
And anybody else in that situation would have been like, "Aren't you a little creepy?"
Yeah. That's right.
You know, and so
But yeah,
we as an audience can give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
But if he was
nobody else-
just a stranger, and that's the movie opened.
yeah.
Yeah.
If the movie opened with that scene, right? You knew nothing about him, and
Yeah.
he's like coming up and talking to this little boy. This, like this weird guy is talking to this kid, and
Yeah, but to the credit of the mother,
Yeah.
she was okay with it. And
She
it's-
was.
And it
Well,
looks,
he's a neighbor,
it feels like she came from a bad situation, moving out of whatever world.
Well, who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
And the boy looked all sad and like and then he broke through and made the boy kind of
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So you kind of got a good ending. As
I
good as
felt,
an ending
yeah,
as you
that's
could
right,
get
yeah.
out of that guy, that
That's
socially
right.
awkward guy.
Yeah.
How did you guys? I thought it was kind of funny, neat how Andy had bought that vault.
yeah.
But it's like, what a smart way to say, I'm going to stop you from doing this.
Yeah.
And then it ends
Well, I'm
up,
putting it in my control, right? It's like
Yeah.
saying,
And
like,
he
I'm
couldn't
not
afford
sure
to
going to
pay
stop
for it.
you, but right now it's in my control.
because he
right?
couldn't pay for the medication.
Yeah.
And then he finds that vault. But that was smart.
Well, he breaks down on the end and he says, "Listen, I can't be normal during this."
Well, yeah,
yeah.
that's not a normal
That's right.
situation. Nobody
No.
can handle that normally. But I thought it was kind of a cool thing. And at the very end, of course, he says, the password's 1, 2, 3, 4. The O. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny and touching.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
side.
Now, I have one more question on my list
Yeah.
here. I said, Now, was this movie partially a commentary on the difficulties men have sharing emotions?
Sure.
Yeah. So I felt
They weren't manly men. They weren't like, oh, let's go get a drink and watch sports.
You know,
Yeah.
if there were more female characters in the movie, I would agree with you.
yeah.
But it's just those guys.
It is just those
Yeah.
guys, but I feel like even if you had one female character that somehow was interjecting into their lives, well, they did have the hot tub
Kinda,
thing,
sorta,
but
yeah.
but a friend or something, you could have changed the whole dynamic about them opening up about their feelings, right? But you could see that there's this massive elephant in the room between the two of them, right? He's gonna die, right? But yet they're not really have any ability to share emotions about, which is typical of men. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'd be any better. I would probably be like, well, you want to watch a kung fu movie, right? Like, I don't want to talk about you dying. I don't know how to talk about you dying. Yet, and I just find it funny because, whenever my wife Lori has anyone that's her friends sick, that's all they talk about. If they're sick, how you feeling today?
Yeah.
Oh man, that must have been horrible for you. And this is the kind of, but men, no, we just don't do that. And that was blatantly evident in this movie that they just could not do that.
You want me to ask you about your feelings more often?
No, I don't. See, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Opposite.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was sweet at the end. They go into the bedroom. He lies down on the bed. And and Andy lies next to him, and he says, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay." He didn't
Right.
have the answers.
Yeah.
No, he did not.
Well, who does?
Who does?
No.
What do you say at that time? Like it's a very powerful thing to
Yes.
think. This is the last moments with somebody.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's to me was why it made that scene so powerful, is because here it is a man that's extremely awkward, doesn't know how to show emotion, and he's in a spot where he's absolutely has to do something.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
to show emotion at this point. He can't. It's not even a has to. It's just that it's going to happen because this is such an emotional thing that he can no longer,
He
and so
can't
he's
stop
doing the
it.
best he can. He's doing everything he can.
And he did.
And it's it's so much more heart wrenching to watch a man go through that than it is I find a woman, because women show it more freely, but to watch a guy break and crumble right before your eyes like that. It's a big deal. I think it's
And
a
I was waiting
a
for
very
the-
emotionally impacting.
I
thing,
was waiting for throughout the movie.
is.
Nobody showed real hard emotions till the very end,
Yeah.
and that's a man thing, right?
Yeah.
Men just hold it.
Hold it,
But
yeah.
fuck that. You know what? Just be real about the situation.
Yeah.
Power through it emotionally, because that is the most powerfully to honor someone or to care about them is to be there in the final moments and say, "I'm with you, man. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay."
Yeah.
Because that's the last thing that guy's gonna ever hear
Yeah.
or experience on this planet.
Yeah.
And to that note, what about the prior to that, when they were like, all he had an hour. He sets the time, an hour for this certain thing to take effect, and they're talking, and Michael says to Andy, says, if I can come back in the afterlife and
Yeah.
contact you, would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
And they never resolve it.
Yeah.
They never figure out the. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a terrible Hollywood ending if at the end of the movie?
He came back. Yeah.
No, well,
Or there was some sign or something.
yeah, if Andy's like watching a kung fu movie and all of a sudden it's like I don't
Turns
know,
off or something.
or there's pizza that just
Yeah.
appears or something.
That would be
I don't know.
typical Hollywood
Yeah.
crap. Yeah.
This wasn't
Yeah.
Ghost. We're not dealing with Patrick Swayze and
No,
Whoopi
there's no-
Goldberg here,
no.
Demi Moore. No, this is not that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I love this movie, and,
Yeah?
and I love this movie because, well, I said it time and time again to you guys, is that I love characters to me make movies, right? Love both these guys. I thought they're great characters. Particularly, I thought Romano's character Andy was amazing. I just loved him.
Yeah.
I thought it was just it had all, and it's simple. Like it's a good story. It didn't need I think we had just basically their apartment, and we had where they played Paddleton and maybe a doctor's office or a couple other, but that's it. Just a very small set.
Steve,
I took 2 runs at it.
really?
Really?
I started watching it. I'm like, this is really slow, and then
no.
I got distracted. I did something else. And I came
okay.
back, and I started from the beginning.
Yeah.
To my credit.
Okay, good for you. Yeah.
And then I took another run at it, and then by the end of the movie, it broke me.
Yeah.
but
It broke me.
the whole movie broke me.
I was broke.
But yeah, it was
Draggy beginning.
I said a little boring. I wrote
Yeah,
down a little boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's fair. I mean, it's not. There's no action-packed anything about this movie. I mean, there's no. It's not
no.
even. It's not a funny.
If you're referring to the Paddleton game, that's not very
No,
exciting.
Did
and
you
there's
figure
not.
out the
It's not
rules?
like laugh after laugh. There's no very.
That's-
I mean, there's a couple chuckles, but
Yeah, to me, a little bit boring, but I kind of felt like that was kind of the vibe of the movie. Awkward,
yeah.
a
yeah.
little frustrating. Would have liked more background to his life or character,
Yeah.
but they kept it simple. They kept it around the two characters. And let's face it, the movie's running time is 89 minutes. Like, we're
Yeah.
not talking Lord
It's
of the
not a
Rings.
huge investment here.
No.
Of
So
time.
it felt like an hour-long movie, episode of a TV show or something
Yeah.
to me. So it wasn't so bad.
No.
And you know what? I really dig the characters, the actors.
Yeah.
And it felt like a labor of love, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
all the trappings of the Hollywood stupidity or
Yeah, we're gone.
predictability
It was gone. It was
gone,
not there. Yeah.
and you didn't know what you're gonna get
That's
around
right.
each
Yeah.
corner.
You're right, it felt independent. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm just a huge Mark Duplass fan, man. I don't know if it's Dupla. I don't know how you
Duplass,
say it.
yeah. I
Duplass,
think
yeah.
Duplass.
Glass, maybe.
Duplass,
And
whatever.
actually,
I'm a
it
huge
involves
fan. And,
it involved his brother, Duplass's brother. It's Duplass Productions, so credit to the brothers there.
yeah.
Now, when it comes to this trivia, I have one goof and then one connection. Right? There was no trivia on the IMDb for this movie. So if you know some trivia about this movie, put it on
Please
IMDb.
comment and- yeah.
Or comment. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be great too.
Mm-hmm.
I got some trivia. But
You guys should.
you want to get into trivia then? Are we there yet? or-
I think I've said what I want to say. I mean, I can check my notes.
I've
but,
asked my questions, yeah.
I think I've covered it all. Is there something you want to say? Or? Yep. Yeah, I've covered it all.
All right. Yeah.
No, I'm ready to. Let's get into some trivia. I got some trivia. That I added to your
Right.
trivia.
Okay. So me and you will read these two things.
Okay,
And
and
then-
then
and
he'll have his own trivia.
He'll do that thing.
All right.
I'll do that.
Should I kick it off?
Yes.
Okay. In the scene in Michael's bedroom towards the end, the content in the glass changes during shots.
Ooh.
Oh,
Continuity
is this,
error.
okay, a little bit of a screw up there.
Yeah, you guys suck.
Oh, come on.
The guy was drinking the water in between scenes. Man, you really blew it.
So he got thirsty and like, oh crap, I drank from the glass in the scene.
yeah.
How much was in there?
Oh, that's really picky, man. Heavens forbid you watch
I
any
know.
any movie. There's
trying
gonna
to
be
be
continuity.
funny. Yeah, I'm trying to be
All
funny.
right.
Okay,
He's being
I
sarcastic.
did make a note,
Yep.
Steve. I don't touch you very often. But I'm touching
Yo,
you.
please.
I made a note. What if during that scene with the glass, because it's Andy that goes to the kitchen and pours the water.
Yes.
I had a morbid, terrible. What a twist this would be if Andy,
And he drank
the.
You know, it crossed my mind too. I thought, what
He
if
says, "I can't take it.
Yeah.
He'd rather die.
Then
Let's
deal
die
with this.
together.
Yeah.
Let's die together
Yeah.
here. We'll
I'd
split
rather
it.
die
You
than
take a
deal
shot. I'll
with
take a
this.
shot."
Yeah.
Didn't happen that way. But.
Okay, so in the movie, they they really get off a little bit on this movie called Death Punch.
They do.
And
Yeah, they do. It's
and-
heavy in the movie.
and I've seen something like this before in Kill Bill Volume 2 when they talk about
Yes.
the 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
Yes.
Right.
And so there's some definite similarities there, and I'm thinking that Death Punch the movie came out way before.
No, I
Kill
don't think.
Bill 2.
I think Death Punch is a movie that they made up for Paddleton.
No.
No,
Really? Maybe.
I believe it is because why don't you look at the cast here?
Okay.
And I believe they made this movie up, and I think it's a tipping of the hat towards Quentin Tarantino and Kill Bill is why they did that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think there is actually a movie called Death Punch.
Okay, well then that might be the reason why at the end of the movie in the credits they credit the guys acting in the movie that they're watching.
Right.
So why would they do that?
Exactly, because they made that movie for that was.
Well, man, now I gotta know. It felt like a real
It did.
kung fu movie that existed.
Yeah, well, that it might be, but I felt like because I
You're
felt.
blowing my mind right now. I had no idea.
Well, no, I don't know this for a fact. This is my take on it. Is my take
Well,
on it.
why would
is
you
that-
credit actors from a movie that's appeared on the movie?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I don't
You
think
give credit to the movie, film clips courtesy of
That's
the movie
right.
from blah blah blah. But they actually go out of their way to say Liu Chang,
Yeah.
you know, and Hiro Minami, Ninja 1, and Sam Lai, Ninja 2. So,
I would love to ask Mark if that's
Or
the-
any- or maybe
about
someone could
this.
comment.
You know, because I feel like there is he is trying to give some kudos to
well, they
Quentin
actually
Tarantino.
act in
yeah.
the movie a lot because they reference that movie a hell of a lot.
they do.
So yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway, yeah, if you know, please comment.
Yes,
We'd love to hear about
We'd
it.
love to hear that. Yeah.
And Phil, do you have any other?
Yes, I
notes?
do. So after the movie, I like to go hit the YouTube and watch for reviews or commentary from the actors or director or what have you. So I caught a little clip from Sundance when they had Ray Romano and Mark Duplass interviewed by Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith was narrating and conducting the interview.
Oh, nice! I would
And
like
you
to
can
see
watch.
this.
You can watch this clip on YouTube. It's out there. So Duplass said, Netflix, because he was asked by Kevin Smith, what's it like working with Netflix? And Mark Duplass said, Netflix at the time, I guess everybody feared it'd be like the Starbucks of movie making, where
Okay.
they would just monopolize or take over and do shitty projects.
Right.
But he said that Netflix is very great. It's a great company to work for because they're investing in indie level movies like this movie, and they're very supportive of those movies, and this is a product of that, right? So
Fantastic.
So they just let him do his
the
thing.
doom is that you think, oh, Netflix streaming service is gonna crush and they're gonna not do movies like this, but it's the opposite. They've employed Duplass to allow him to do these kind of movies, so this is a good thing.
That is a good thing, and I
And it
want
came
more
right
of this.
from
I love.
his mouth, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, so
I mean, at some point you think, you know, as you get older, right? You know, your 30s, your 40s, right? You've watched movie after people watch so many movies now, right? The Hollywood predictability, and that once you've done that to death,
Yes.
it's like how can you watch another movie like within the first 10 minutes, you really know where the entire movie's
the
going.
remakes
you know?
of the remakes of the
Yeah,
reboots
exactly,
of the
and it's
reboots
like,
and-
you just got to have something like this come along where you
Yeah.
have no idea where it's gonna.
yeah,
you
and
know,
it's a subject that's not
Yeah.
been dealt with in movies. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so that's good.
Kudos to Netflix,
Great.
and kudos to Mark for wanting to work with them and taking that leap of faith to say, we'll produce your movie, and we'll put you on this platform.
Yeah.
And here we are talking about it.
And I'm gonna follow Mark Duplass on everything he does now because
Really?
yeah, because it's all been home runs. Everything I've seen from this guy has been home runs. So
Yeah.
you know,
Okay, one more little note.
Sure.
He did in that same interview. He said this movie was not really scripted. There was an outline to how they were gonna do the scenes or the movie, how it was gonna go. So on the day when they're shooting stuff, it was very loose for them to allow them to just ad lib. And I guess they pulled together in the edit. They pulled together the movie. So that's not the normal way. And another note, he said, it's chronologically filmed as much as possible. So they're in the moment and they move along in the story. And
Yeah.
you can get that vibe too. You could see that. It felt like that.
you did, yeah, you
Right?
did. It actually reminded me. I was trying to think of this movie, and maybe you remember. There was this horrible movie where they had this. These guys were trying to torture. Two friends were trying to torture each other. Where they could say a code word or something. Do you remember what I'm
I
talking?
remember this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what it's called?
I don't remember what it's called.
The stress position.
Yeah, stress position. Thank you. That's
That was an awful movie.
That was okay. No, this is what I was gonna say. It was an awful movie. And what I was gonna say is that this is, to me, there's some of Mark Duplass reminds me of that he's like the good what that guy should have been.
This
you know,
is
like
how
he's
it
actually
could go if you had talent. Or
yeah,
people would-
exactly. Mark
Oh.
Duplass is the real deal. That guy was
yeah.
like a wannabe, an idiot that
Oh,
just.
I
you
don't.
know,
Yeah, but it comes down to good acting. Credit to the actors to pull off that kind of responsibility to
Yeah.
show up to work and say, "Here's a vague idea of what we're gonna do here,"
Yeah.
and go.
Right.
Creep was like that too.
Yeah, I felt that. Yeah.
So
Off the seat of
I
their
think
pants.
I think this guy Mark Duplass and his cohorts, whoever his regular people are,
Yeah.
they seem to work well like
Yeah.
that. You know, so
Yeah, when you have a low budget movie, I think you can pull it off. But if you have a big budget movie with special effects and a huge cast, you
Yeah.
can't wing it.
No, that's right. It has
It'd be
to be
insane.
scripted.
It'd be
has
chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
Bunch
yeah.
of cats running around.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
hurting them.
It's interesting to me too that this is his chance. Like he's obviously made some money off the Creep movies, right?
Well,
they did well. Yes,
He had enough
reasonably well.
enough pull to get Netflix to allow him to do this, which is great. I mean,
Well, and I think Netflix did Creep.
no, I don't think so.
No?
But I
They
mean,
put it- they-
that probably got him the
Okay.
opportunity to negotiate. To say, hey,
Fair enough, but I find it interesting that he chose to get an actor and he took Ray Romano. I thought that was just an interest because for a serious role too. Like
yeah,
it's just,
that's
it
a bit
was-
of a leap of faith.
Yeah, it is. It is different.
I'm not
right? I mean,
very
maybe
knowledgeable.
they knew
about
each other.
Ray.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they had done some stand up together or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Well,
I have heard that Creep 3 is going to happen. I heard.
oh wow,
I've heard that too.
that's like his
apparently they're
Batman
going to-
trilogy.
Apparently they're going to really try and
Why wouldn't they?
jump the shark. I think that's a term, right? Jump the shark. Make it as wildly different as they can.
Really? Eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we were led to believe the main guy is done.
We were led to believe that, and I
He
think at
passed
the end
the
of
torch,
yeah.
kind of, right? In Creep 2.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Yeah,
we're
that's
off.
like we're
Anyway,
getting off topic.
Paddleton.
All right.
Paddleton.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining
Yes,
us. I think
thank
we're
you.
winding down.
Yep.
Check out primarycritical.com. We got all our movies there ready for you to go through and enjoy. And
Absolutely.
Please do. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We would love to hear from you.
Comment. Say something to us.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Say something.
Say something.
Say something. And next week, Monday at noon, we're covering The Dirt.
The Dirt.
The Dirt. And a lot
Motley
of,
Crue.
a lot of people are talking about this movie. Phil, without any spoilers,
The Crew. Here's my, what is the official
Metal horns.
Metal Horns?
why did you
That's-
pick it? Devil Horns.
I
Devil
think,
Horns.
I think with the thumbs out, that's like.
I don't know. I've been doing this for years. Why did I pick it?
There's no rules.
You know, you're right. There are no rules.
The movie is based on the book autobiography about the band. It's been around for a couple decades. And they finally got it made into a movie, and Netflix got the rights to produce it. So I was very curious, and I hope you watch it, and we'll talk about it.
You betcha.
That's right. We'll be right in here for the after party. Peace.
Bye bye.
Primarily critical.